Although, technically, going by game mechanics, we are still on the steppe. Technically. But we'll just let the game load up. I'll let the game itself develop in the background. But now, here we go. Alright, so, where are we? We are way over to the east. We are basically as far east as it is possible to go. We are the kingdom of Shiwei. And I've been trying to work out what this actually is. Because this bit's Russia, this bit's Japan, this is North Korea, and Vladivostok is about here. So this bit is Russia, but I think this bit is China. And our actual holdings are spread out. We're here. We're in Morichwen, which I may have renamed slightly. Is Vladivostok on the map? Okay, I'm going to need to take a look at a proper map here and try to work out where we are. Because when I was doing the game introduction, like, we are no longer the Steppe Norse. What are we? We need a new name for this portion of the series. Like, we're not Russian Vikings. That would kind of suggest we're still in, like, the Moscow area. We're not Chinese Vikings, because we're not in China proper. We're not Korean Vikings, because we're not in Korea. Like, where are we? Let's go grab Google Maps. Zoom away from where I actually live, so you can't see that. Come on. There you go. So then if we just load this up real quick. So Vladivostok is here. So there's a bit of a peninsula. I wonder if that's actually on the map. I wonder if that's that. North Yongwon. Which is all of that bit. So no, I don't think so. I think Vladivostok is probably this region here. Because, yeah, there is no obvious peninsula here for it to have been built on. Because I remember there's this kind of bay, and then all of this bit here is Russia. This bit is China, and then North Korea is there. And we have... Okay, there's a huge lake. Aha! We found the lake. So that bit is... Russia? No, that is literally on the border. And we're still further north from that. Ah, here's that big river. Okay, so we're on this river. Yeah, we are right on the border between Manchuria and Russia. Because this is the river here. And we are right where it splits in two. That split's still there. Yeah. We're here. This is us. Which is... No, that bit's solidly in Russia. Although just next to it is China. So Russia... Oh no, wait, this is a flip. Russia, China. And this is basically due north of that lake. No, the split's here. So we're here. So yeah, we are on the border. Manchu-Rus Vikings. Yeah, kind of. So our capital would be Kukelvo, Leninsko, Kalinio. I guess Leninsko would be the actual city. Yeah, that's that one. So there we are. We've made it quite far east. And then, as I mentioned, the whole of Shiwei is ours, and it is predominantly Viking, although we have just taken a vassal who is not Viking. He is Amantaka of the Nivk culture. No, Avantaka is the religion. There's a Buddhist, Reformed Buddhist. And what is Nifk? Isolationist, dexterous fishermen, winter warriors, mythical ancestors, forest folk, and reverence for veterans. At some point we are going to want to reform our own culture. Yes. This will... Would this be a Steppe Norse reform, or would this be a divergent? I think this would be a divergent. Needs to be 100 years old, so we can only do that in 1207. Okay, we're not actually that far away. It's now 1179. Sorry, the date is right behind me, but it's 1179. So in another 30 years-ish, we'll be able to reform. Oh, sorry, diverge. Unless we want to actually hybridize. Which we probably do, because that's generally what we do actually do. So if we wanted to get rid of performative honor, for example, yeah, these are horrifically expensive. It would give us more freedom to choose precisely what we want, but no, I think what we do, in fact, want to do is hybridize. So we need to find a culture that we want to hybridize with, and then start building up acceptance. The problem is the culture around here, because we settled as a nomad, is gonna be Steppe Norse. And there is actually quite a lot of Steppe Norse in this region now. We've kind of successfully settled here. And also, as a reminder, the Steppe Norse Confederation, these are our still nomadic brethren. So the far northeastern part of the steppe is still Steppe Norse. It's just that we are now a settled nation. We are feudal. We did feudalize in Shiwei. And we have our own vassals and things. We have a standing army of almost 16,000, which is pretty good. Although we have 10,000 special soldiers. What are the special soldiers? Oh, it's the loyal semi-nomads. Right. And I think this is because we still have steppe vassals or baronies. I'm not actually sure why we have those. They will be inherited. And they do comprise absolutely the bulk of our military at the moment. We have expanded our standing army to almost full strength. We're hemorrhaging money, but we're also very wealthy. We have just undertaken an enormous construction project where every single one of the baronies that we directly control has all of their holdings built. We did not do that for everyone else's, though. Oh, wait, yes we did. Yeah, there should... That's not ours. We have built every single holding that is in our realm. So we are going to really balloon in strength in about 3 years' time. That's going to be quite nice. We also need to think about where we want to go from here. And who we want to hybridize with. There has been a previous ambition to hybridize with Jurchen. Oh, they're getting forest fighters. Forest folk and forest fighters. You know what? I'm okay with those. We already are Iron Cavalry. Malleable subjects would be quite nice. Cultural acceptance gain plus 25%. That would help with hybridizing. Although it's harder to promote culture, so maybe not. And then they have the practiced pirates, which is the one that we were really thinking about getting. The problem is duchy tier and lower. We're a kingdom. However, our minions could still raid. It's just that we ourselves can't. And I do kind of like the idea of leaning into that part of our Viking heritage. Like, we are the modern Vikings. We went on a distant expedition because they wouldn't let us raid anymore. Or something, I don't know. Who else is around here? So there's also Balhae, who I assume are Korean. Warriors by merit, cultural blending. Cultural blending! Castle keepers. Cultural primacy. Alright, what do these do? So castle keepers, you get extra holding advantage per holding level when defending. That's pretty huge. Architect trait provides prestige bonuses. Our current ruler is an architect. Rulers of the culture gain prestige and renown from castle holdings. That's quite nice. Okay, so maybe we do want castle keepers. This is kind of why we settled, because we kind of like castles. Warriors by merit. Restrictions who can be a knight are lifted for characters 10 or more prowess. We don't really need that one though. Women can already be knights. Hybrid culture creation cost massively reduced. Rulers of the culture use learn language scheme more often. Cultural acceptance gain. Do we not have this, or do we have a different version of this? Because that seems quite good. There are no downsides. Cultural primacy, learning education traits and scholar traits give cultural fascination. That's nice, because we kind of need to catch up in terms of tech. Idle courtiers are less likely to become wanderers at the leisure of the same culture. That one we don't want so much. Less willing to marry other cultures and realms. Yeah, maybe not. Creating a hybrid requires 100% more cultural acceptance. Pass. Sinophilic, tribute missions have a higher chance of being successful. May access Silk Road, known to the Han culture. And then reverence for veterans. This one we probably do want to try to get. So maybe we go for Balhae. We move into North Korea. Who's this? Sila. Refined poetry. I hate poetry. Martial administration. Martial education traits are more valued. Gallant traits are more valued. Okay, so martial admiration would be nice. Cultural primacy, no. Stratified society. So this is what is the merit system, the new bureaucratic government type, which we are not. Sinophilic. And they are seafarers and dexterous fishermen. We, I think, are also seafarers. If we're not, we should try to become that. And then dexterous fishermen. Coastal holdings in counties of this culture provide additional defender advantage, and trade port liner buildings provide additional bonuses to station men at arms, which would definitely be nice. That's much the same as Balhae. And you have maritime mercantilism. I think Balhae. Let's take a look at these guys as well. Oh, this is the same as them. There is a tiny little pocket of Han here. Oh, they're getting city keepers. But we're not really in China, so even though there is a tiny pocket of Han up there, I don't really want to go that path. So I'm thinking Balhae, so we basically need to try to conquer the Kingdom of Baekje. We do currently have more troops than they do. A massive portion of their army are armoured footmen, which are heavy infantry. Then again, so is ours. We do have the Cataphract Archers, who are anti-archer cavalry. They're not anti-heavy infantry. Yeah, we don't actually have anything that's anti-heavy infantry anymore. The Horse Archers were. What's the terrain like down there? Forest, mountains, hills. Not very pleasant, in other words. And if we did move down here, What's Nivik? We do have a little Mongol pocket as well. We actually almost wiped Mongol out. The remnants of the kingdom of the Mongols is this. The Moayids were the Mongol ruling dynasty. We kicked them out all the way over to Ainu. They had to go across the sea to try to get away from us. Because we completely destroyed the Mongols. But yeah, I think what we want to do is establish the kingdom of Shiwei. Take over the kingdom of Baekje. Split the two so that Shiwei is their own thing and then Baekje is their own thing as well. The only problem is how long does a culture need to be around before you can hybridize? Okay, it just needs the cultural acceptance. It doesn't say anything about time. I think it's 50 years, but we already have 50 years. Should we come up with a better name for our realm? So now that we're established, I kind of want to keep the local names, I think. Like, we did already rename the capital to Mordechwen. Rose of York. Ugh. Why would we have a white rose willingly in our kingdom? It just feels wrong. Oh, they've taken Norway now as well. HRE is having quite a good game so far. So the Abbasids. In fact, the Sharafids used to own this, so the Abbasids and the Sharafids have apparently been at war. The Byzantines are definitely in decline. The Khazars are still ludicrously strong, but at least we're miles away from them now. Poland standing strong against the HRE, yeah they are. So is Lapland and Finland. And Lithuania. It's quite a chunky Lithuania. And Italy. France still hasn't unified. Spain... Oh no, still got Valencia. The French in Valencia, because of course. Ireland is still mostly insular. That's all Catholic. We do still have Austertrue here in the north, but I do kind of wonder if that's going to disappear. Really, my biggest achievement is making the Khazars Austertrue. And that wasn't even me. I cannot take credit for that. I did not convert the Khazars. They did that to themselves. Whoops. Maybe because of Mordvinians. And it still exists. There are still pockets of Mordvinian. Not a lot, but still there. So, yeah. What do I want to do with Shiwei? Maybe I do reform Steppe Norse. Because stuff like devoted horsemanship we just don't need. Hybridizing is so much more fun. The problem is there's just nobody here to hybridize with. So the current precepts we have are Iron Cavalry, Coastal Warriors, Forest Folk, Malleable Invaders. Okay, that's our version of the hybridization. Which is actually better than the other one. Formative Honor and Devoted Horsemanship. So for this area, we can get rid of these two. We don't need them. So we would need 20... Oh, we would also get Household Soldiers. Innovation. If we did hybridize with them. I'm not sure that we will actually go to China. At least not intentionally. I was more thinking maybe either going to Japan or skipping Japan entirely and try to get down to here. Although it does occur to me that there are no unique mechanics for this region yet. Need to be careful because there are over here, but not here. No unique governments or anything like that. There is for Japan, there is for Korea, there is for China. Oh, can you imagine that? Bureaucratic Vikings. How would that even work? Also, with equal martial custom, we wouldn't need performative honor anymore. Yeah, we don't. We are already equal. More Jew culture. That would be good. So, I'm thinking, right now, we go after Jurchen, because that was always our intention. And then we have the northern Steppe Norse. Settle. Practiced pirates. Forest fighters. Are we forest fighters or forest folk? Forest folk. So we can also get forest fighters. Increase station men-at-arms bonuses for nomads in forest and taiga. We're not nomads though. Supply in forest, levy size in forest. Supply and levy in taiga. Do we have taiga up here? Or is this forest? Oh, we do have taiga. Hill dwellers, dexterous fishermen, prolific hunters. And Balhai. But Balhai is so different that I think we would want to have a separate reform for that. Okay, so our objective is to take over the Jurchen areas, but not take over Baekje. Yet, anyway. And then we would also need to move our capital down to the Jurchen area. Which is fine, because they have a lot of holdings. I think more, actually, than we do. At least if these two are the same duchy. Which they are. Okay, so we want to take over the Duchy of Lugend. Ooh, which is going to mean fighting Yong. With their 39,000 troops. The bulk of whom are actually levies. But they do also have quite a few other units. We could found a holy order. We had considered this. Did we end up giving that territory away? I have a feeling we went back to the save, but we did not. We could give them the barony of Bolon, so they would actually have a barony from which to get better troops from. Which is a territory I own right now. Oops. Check that. Let's check that. So it is one of our home territories, so it would make us personally weaker. I kind of like the idea of founding a holy order here. I am hesitating because I do actually want to keep this castle for now. At least until we move to Jurchen, but then if I move to Jurchen, I don't control them anymore. Oh yeah, we have a legend spreading as well. Which is still spreading. Can we continue spreading it after this guy dies? I think so. We need to have 100 baronies. We're currently at 45. Although that's probably going to basically double once all of the holdings here are completed. Just going to throw in a quick save. Don't think we've actually unpaused yet. No, apparently we have. Because I just want to press the button to see what happens. Because I control this, yeah, I can change the name and everything. Okay, I'm doing it just for that. So this is not the Authority Company of Bolon. This is the... This is the... Morsatru. How do I keep that symbol? I don't know how I keep that symbol. I got it. So we have Morsatru. Morsatru 1. Morsatru what? Morsatru Conquerors? This is a holy order, though. It's like the Knights Templar or the Knights Hospitaller. Morsatru Privateers. Well, the Privateers of Morsatru. That sounds very modern. Well, 1700s. I don't like it. Morsatru Marauders? That could be better. Steppe wolves. These are settlers, though. Brothers. Marches? The marches are more so true. More so true in marches. That is not the short name. I quite like the marches. This is the March of the Vikings. I wonder if they should just be the same. Yeah, I think they should be. Do we need the? I think we need the. Just marches are more true. Need that there. We are the marches are most true. And we refer to the marches are most true. People. The most true in people. The marches. Ah, so without that it would be the Holy Order of the Marches are most true. Here it's just the Marches are most true. Yeah, that's better. I quite like the Raven, because that is the sign of also true. Justify the background pattern may not be changed, but you can adjust the colours. So it has to be a solid colour. We'll also make you slightly darker blue. And our symbols are... What are our colours? They're not black and white, although I have to say I always have liked the white and black. This is kind of the Viking Knights Hospitaller. I kind of like that. It's simple. It's bold. Okay, so then if we go to military, Holy Orders, the also true Company of Bolon. No! It's not what they're called! Just going to reload this to see if it remembers what the name actually is. Holy Order of Bolon. What? the flag kept. Oh, they are called the Marches of Morstrue here. So why are they not here? At least their Grand Master's quite good. It's a known issue from 2 years ago. Oh well, we know what it's really called. And because we own it, it's free for us to raise. Alright, so if we did want to go after you, we could do it by going after the Earldom of Boley, which is the Earldom that we ourselves control. So Boley and Huayan. And Boley is Mongol. Huayan is Jurchen. Oh wow, she weighs bloody huge. We must still have nomad vassals. Except we don't, because none of these stripes go out that way. So how I'm getting the loyal steppe nomads, I have no idea. Unless because these are de jure part of our kingdom, I get them that way, which is possible, I guess. But I kind of feel like maybe we should use them while we have them. Yeah, it's this bit that I wanted to take. Which only actually has one? Jurchen County? Yeah, they're all split. Ah, okay. So I'm just gonna need to see some territories down here. Can I just do like regular county attacks? Yeah. So I can still expand with it just attacking counties. This will mean giving up some of the territories up there, but that's fine. The spy who frags me wants me to drink some tea. Cheers. And Games Addict reached a 5-stream streak. Nicely done, thank you. Welcome back. So Boli is a 4-province location, so we do want Boli. Except Boli is Mongol. Damn it. That's a 3, that's a 2. That's a 4. That's a 4. So we kind of want these two. Ultimately. Okay, these two are at least in the same region. Unfortunately, it's a duchy consisting of 2 provinces. And they're both 3 holdings instead of 4. Target culture is not present in at least one county in my realm. Cultural acceptance between Steppe Norse and Jurchen is less than 20. I'm trying to think if there's any way of gaining gaining cultural acceptance if we don't actually control the land. Because this is the one that we need to do. But that has to be on... Wait, can I do this anywhere? Oh, I can do this anywhere. Do we have any Jurchen already? You are a tributary of Yong. What religion are you? Many. What religion is your kingdom? Shaka. So to already be at war with these bits would then also include this area attacking us, probably. Also, for a kingdom, that counts as a crusade. No, we don't want to do this as a holy war. That's far too dangerous. I think what we do is we go after Boli, complete that, and then just continue pushing south over time. And I think we do this while this guy is still around and able to raise this many troops. Because our realm is quite stable with him in charge. Once the succession happens, who knows? We've already saved, don't need to save again. Alright, I think we go for it. Well, this is going for a Yoldom, but this Yoldom is only consisting of 1 province. So I can probably do this as a county invasion. Oh, cost the same. But it's lower stakes. Alright, let's do this. Start raising the army. And make sure that I am not commanding one of these. Right here. So who has the artillery? You do. Alright, let's get ourselves into some positions. They've raised a holy order. You should do that too. Which, if nothing else, gives us an excellent general. That's 12,000 troops they've already managed to gather. Fallen rival. Conflicts between Lithuania and Olgani interested me little until my council summary of the Battle of Zemgali appeared. Somehow, I know, even before I open it, that it contains good news. Wars in Lithuania, because I definitely care about that. Right, there's 7,000. They've backed off. I think what I want to do is split off the artillery and some levies. Maybe like 1,000. Do we have anyone that is good at sieging? We do. Rolfer. And this army is going to march down here to see if we can deal with the 12,000. Or at the very least be in an area where we can actually get some more supply. Earth ramparts being constructed. Nice. Don't think there's any other buildings we can actually build. Oh, I need the Yalden title. Do not have any available buildings for this slot. I still don't understand why. Like, why can't I build the ducal building here? I don't get it. Let's have you split in half. Let's make sure I am not leading this army. Can I just ban myself from leading armies? I think there is a way of doing that. Right, I also have one of these I should grab, which is probably going to be a man's home. If I can force a battle in my own territory, that would be useful. Okay, how do I, in CK3, stop my king becoming a general? There was in CK2, but there isn't in 3. Your bones weakened. Does this game have osteoporosis as a random event? I don't know if it's a random event, but this is part of the new system that they've introduced with this DLC. Not this DLC, this open beta. Where instead of, as you age, just becoming infirm and that's it, They've now split infirm into basically different categories. And as your situation gets worse, you go through these categories, and once you hit 4 in any of them, you die. And one of the ways of triggering Fragile Bones is to be an army leader. Now, apparently one of the ways to disable it is by disabling yourself as a champion, but I don't think I'm a champion. I don't think a king can be a knight. Yeah, I don't know. Compliments. To make my Marshal Arnbjorn more susceptible to my attempts at approaching him, I can compliment him in the next missive to the court. I should be sure to compliment his unshakable faith in Odin. He is not a zealot, or to keep it short and professional. I think I'm going to keep it short and professional. And what I will do is split this army up, so hopefully we can actually keep within local supply limits, which actually I don't think we can. Local supply limits are going to be functionally impossible to maintain. Okay, seriously, can I stop leading armies? Pretty please. We've taken Bowley. Let's continue to push south. They're sailing. That is their full army. Let's see where they try to get off. Are they going for my capital? I think they are. Yeah, they totally are. Oh, no. Lessons from the past. Though I will surely see many battlefields before I meet my maker, my library holds tales from war from 100 lifetimes. I've recently acquired a tome of the Great Battle of Tours, as well as a time-worn scroll written in some ancient language. Who knows what forgotten secrets it holds. 100% chance of gaining martial lifestyle and also martial learning and a commander bonus for 20 years. We'll attempt to translate. Lessons from the past. Even with the help of the dusty glossary, the scroll is reluctant to share its secrets, but I press on. As the night progresses, the most incredible story unfolds before me. Arminius, the son of a Germanic chieftain, has been raised in Rome, but plotted to forge an alliance of tribes to defeat the Romans. Arminius became an officer of the Roman general Varus and advised him to make a detour through Teutoburg Forest. There, Arminius launched a series of ambushes. Due to his Roman education, Arminius knew exactly how to combat the enemy tactics and lead his people to a decisive victory. So for 20 years I gain extra learning or martial learning and advantage in battles. I really cannot fight, so I'm going to take the learning buffs. My wife, Chubby, is once again absent. Now, do I get here when both of these armies are together? Or when they are split? days, 8 days, 25, 25, 11, 12. And hold off for another 2 days. then move in. Okay, so there's 16,000 of us against 9,000 of them with another 9,000 on the way in. We do have a -8 advantage because our supplies are running low. How theirs are not running low, I don't know. Because their army has been bunched together way more than mine has. They're locked. We win the battle before they even arrive. Fantastic. This might be a double stack wipe. Outliving a child. Roggan. He's my heir. Died of his wounds. No, he wasn't the heir. Boy is the heir. Okay. Strategical impasse. Why not both? That was a glorious victory. So we killed 8,800 and lost 220. How did the champions do? Only 200. The bulk of the fighting there was done by the horse riders and then the horse archers. Nomad Lancers had a good time. Then the second part of that battle, which is when the main force arrived, we still killed 5,600. And it was again the horse archers and the horse riders that did the most, although the Lancers again putting in a very good showing. Spreading out so we can get some supplies. Because their army is going to go quite a long way away. High Chiefess Ipakel, the spouse of my son and heir boy, has passed away. Okay. You are 52. You already have 3 heirs. Maybe we'll get you married again when you become king. Thordis has come of age. Level 2 combat. Okay. Your bones weaken. Gained 3 trade points and fragile bones. A game of riddles. Riddles are a beloved pastime amongst the Steppe Norse. Two or more players will engage increasingly tough problems, often rhyming and steeping an allegory or myth. On one particularly long, lazy day, my wife, Chabi, thinks to challenge me to a game, with what must be half the people at court watching. Speechcraft? Learning? Or we just say no. I think I've read a few books on riddles. Chabi beats me! She had a 6% chance of beating me. Fair play to you. 88%. Hopefully once I've taken this, that'll be the end of this war. Because this is costing us a small fortune. Their armies are on the move. They have landed. But we're pretty good at doing sieges. I'm wondering if I should send you. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,000. You have 5,000 there. Let's send these guys north just in case. One-on-one, recounting my exploits in battle to Chabi when she interrupts abruptly. Is it true then? Did you slay the vile enemy commander in single combat? Her eyes sparkle with possibilities. Clearly this is some sort of tall tale absorbed through word of mouth. I truly was there at the battle, but the confusion of the melee makes it possibility of practically any event. They died under my blade. Task aborted. Probably because control is already maxed out. There are a lot of places that need control. So let's just keep you going. Oh, a couple of you are sailed. That is not what I wanted. You're locked in. You're still winning even with a -30. Alright, I was unnecessarily concerned about this war, apparently. And there's the victory. Okay, so we've taken Boli, which we are definitely going to take for ourselves. I think at this point we give up Nurgan. Because this is all the Duchy of Boli, which we have legitimate claim over. Although, hang on. We did take it. So why am I at 4 out of 5? Well, one thing I can do is disband my armies to save us money again. Ipek's first steps. I hear a commotion from my great-granddaughter Ipek's chambers. Hastening out inside, I see the wet nurse Dokus is playing with Ipek. My king! Perfect timing. Ipek just took her first steps, she shouts excitedly. One giant step for a child, one small step for a ruler. Gains 40 stress, but gains prowess. What else can you do? What can children be stressed about? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One of those must be a barony as well. The main limit is 5. Nogan, Mordechwen, Chiripi, Mohian, Boli. Is it just not recalculated? Main holdings 5. Oh, also, you should increase control of this. And we also want to be building these buildings. Now, do I still have the building cost reduction? I totally forgot I had this. Characters' natural magnetism mark them out from a young age, and their nurtured talents set them apart from their peers. No prowess lost from age. He at 70, with bones that are rapidly getting fragile, still has 55 prowess. That's freaking terrifying. Yeah, we do. Shape the realm. Okay, well, in that case, we should probably better start building these. Ah! Boli's nomadic. How do I convert you to not being nomadic? That's why you're not counting. Feudalize. That's how. Oh, it only costs 50. There we are. 5 out of 5. Alright, so I would definitely like to have a second Baron. Actually, do I want 2 cities? Make this one the temple. They are just along the river. I think the river holdings do tend to be better for cities. Oh, we have to actually finish building that first. Alright. Ransom. Yes. Alright, who wants to pay a ransom? Aha! You're not a very good fighter. Otherwise I'd have you join us. Oh no, you're a zealot as well. Executing you will not make me a tyrant. And Gyun is also a zealot. Alright. And then Boli was Mongol. We do actually have 4% acceptance with the Mongols. And then how long of a truce do we have? 5 years. Yeah, I'm not sure that this king will still be around in 5 years. But then, at that point... we could go for a high one. You are Jurchen, you are Mongol. So at least we will have East Ho 1 that we can take over. Champion of Might can be improved. Scoundrel, Huntsmaster, Manipulator. I don't really want any of those. And your Stalwart is already fully upgraded. You are accomplished. You could upgrade the Valley. No, you can't. You don't have any unspent accolades. And for you, I would definitely want to upgrade the Valiant. We have just taken another location. Oh, even though I'm leasing out the castle, I can still station troops in here. These are the House Guard. And they are getting bonuses, plus 20 and plus 8. Okay. Well, station you in Boli, where you do actually get a bonus to siege progress, which basically doubles it. Nice. That is definitely worth doing. Also, Boli, you are completely empty. You could get the ducal building. Except because it's Mongol culture, you can't. So how about we start converting you? You're already converting somewhere. Mohian. More important to do it there. We actually have a couple of places that need converting. I would say that your province needs it the most, because they are not actually ruled by a Steppe Norse. Every other place is. Alright, so Boli can build a bunch of different things. I think the first thing we want is the forest forts, so we can get that fort level. We can only build one thing at a time. Another martial trait available. Enduring hardships, additional fort level. Enemy occupation, do not lower control. That's quite nice. Let's endure those hardships. So hostile schemes will double. That's the only downside to tier 1. Homage, taking the knee. I wait patiently on my throne for the arrival of Jarl Sigurdur, who is soon announced and ushered before me. She kneels in deference, offering nothing but her oath to faithfully serve as a vassal of the kingdom. At last I bid the Jarl rise, confirming my satisfaction in Sigurdur's rights to the land she rules in my stead. So she must have just inherited. Bake is conquering up there. Ipek's first words. Hurry, my liege, you have to hear this. The wet nurse, Docus, rushes me to my great-granddaughter's chamber. Docus points at Ipek in excitement, so I lean towards her and listen. Again. Looks like Ipek is already a devotee. What else can she say? I can't see what your stress is. I can't see what anyone's stress is. We already made you stress out once to get that extra prowess. But learning is worth it. Gudmundur can do with a guardian. You are very good at fighting. Wow, intelligent and robust. Currently learning diplomacy. I would say stewarding or learning is better for you. Magnus would be the best to teach you. Rome will lose land if Freyka Ragnar Fulson dies. That is unfortunate. What do I need for this again? Now we need hereditary rule. Oh, sorry, fascination. Which I think we might be working. We are. Yeah, the next generation is really going to have difficulty. Oh, I'll have to stick out because I think we're level 1 fragile bones. Yes, we are. However, the court grandeur is growing for some reason. We are going to hit level 3. I guess it is because we're spending all of these things. Oops. I did mean to take a look at that. Oh, there I am. It's like, I'm not sitting on my seat, so where am I? I do like the fact that we have a Western court with people dressed like steppe nomads, people dressed like Chinese, and then also some Norse. Like, we have a very, very mixed fashion. Oh, we are level 3. We are level 3. You're right. Alright, Toasty. What's up? I'm enjoying a rare quiet moment between countfuls when Toasty pulls me aside. My king, he begins carefully. As your bodyguard, I'm honoured to protect you, but this is ridiculous. He half unsheathes his blade from the scabbard, drawing attention to his many nicks and pits. I can't be expected to do my job with this clammy bar. Surely quality is everything when it comes to acting on the king's behalf. I would agree with you. Go make a better one. Step North Sword. Much better. Now level 4. Yes, we were at level 3 previously, now we're at level 4. I think we've painted the walls, and it's slightly cleaner. Oh, now I'm sitting down. That's my giantess, isn't it? Yeah, she's freaking huge. Yep, that is Ursa. Our long-standing paragon bodyguard. Oh, another giant. No, he's not a giant. He's just very big. I was standing in the room talking to my bodyguard. Oh, that would have been... yeah, that would have been an even bigger difference between character sizes. We've made it to 71 in 1182. Bjorn has been swayed. My master of the hunt, Toasty, enters my chambers, brimming with excitement. I'm hearing strange things from the gamekeepers of Mordechwen. They tell glimpses of a reindeer with snowy white fur. It is said to roam the woods, though none have yet gotten close to it. There are indeed legends of such beasts. So we have got a legendary sighting. And this guy's goal before settling was to hunt a legendary beast. This is going to be really dangerous. Where was it? This is not cheap. Where was it? Because the location does matter. I was expecting it to appear as one of these arrows. No, the forestry building reduces your chance of hunting. And the hunting grounds increases it. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Oh, there was a legendary there. Duh. So it was in one of these places. I mean, if it's... That's 6... That's 6. It kind of sounds like it was spotted in Mordechwen. Yeah. We're not actually travelling because this is at home. This is to slay the beast. We're going to bring flushing gangs to increase the chance of success. And we'll bring a reasonable party. For the low, low cost of 275. 34% chance of success. As we await the arrival of the rest of the guests, my servants get started on the preparations. The gamekeepers check the woodlands each day for signs of quarry while establishing a camp closer to the hunting grounds. Out there, somewhere, the white reindeer waits and watches. I'm going to put in a save, just in case. Although at this point I would accept if I just die here. Guess these were buildings I was building in other realms' territories. Because I'd already maxed out mine. I don't think I want to spend more money than this, though. Keep a bit of a pot of gold, just in case. Selchuk assembles the party as the sun rises over the hunting grounds nestled in Mordefen's forests. My many gamekeepers and flushers have been poring over the area for tracks and fumes. They haven't found anything yet, but I can feel it. The elusive creature is out there, somewhere nearby. And before I do that, I just want to double check that I do in fact have a Master of the Horse and Master of the Hunt. And I do. Heart attack. Well, I died hunting. I died doing what I loved. King Refel of Shiwei is passed on at the age of 71. Known in life as the Strong, he died from a heart attack. A keen and dedicated hunter, he loved to spend entire weeks in the wilderness looking for the most elusive game. King Boy ascends the throne, a mean-spirited man. Many expect Boy's court to live in fear of him. And then if I wanted to play as somebody else, I could. Play as Toasty, who was the intelligent. Oh no, he's the quick, robust. He's not the intelligent one. Ingfrida was the original intended heir. It was quick, hale, and strong. She is very good. But she had the problem that half of her kids were not of our dynasty. And then there is also Megios of the Stone Fane, who is actually in the Byzantine Empire. But no, we will continue as King Boy. Boy! Victim of the Wild. I've just been informed that King Refil is dead! It seems he died from a heart attack while hunting. As the new king of Shiwei, there is much to organise in the way to this unforeseen turn of events. So the first things first. My costs have gone down for some reason. I do still maintain an absolutely enormous army. I have actually got some mercenary raised at the moment. We will need to choose a new lifestyle. The lands around us were claimed by people, so we have 3. Right. 2 of them are going to be horde territories, which we are going to need to give to locals. We do not want to give this to anyone who is in Shiwei. Or nobody that already has titles, I should say. Which is basically everyone. Except for you. You don't. Yes, you do. Damn it, you're a mayor. So no, I don't want to give it to... I can do this. Because you are still a nomad. Oh, I am at war. Well, let's pin you. Then this one needs to do the same. Pin you as well. Actually quite decent. Okay, so we've given those lands away. They will then be released. I need to win this war. Nomadic Uprising. Oh, which is just a confederation war, I think. Shadow of Fame, Twilight. Oh god, yeah, you're gonna have a horrible time with this. There are whispers about the tales and deeds of my father, exalted amongst men, King Refil everywhere I go. Near or far, it seems that there is nobody who has not heard his name. I wonder, will I always stay in the shadow of my father? Or will I be able to achieve as much fame in my life as him? How high will I be able to climb? Did I lose the legend when he died? No. Maybe? Doesn't look like it can spread any further anyway. So I don't think it ever made it to level 2. And there was nobody promoting it. So the legend still exists. Could I choose to promote? Guess not. Hey, Linus. Start owning. What does that do? Oh. Ah, so I can continue it. Okay. Yeah, I don't really get how this spreads. Okay, once you're no longer fighting this war. Are you my best commander? No, not even. Nope, in fact you are. You probably want me to get your claims for you, don't you? And then I need to choose my lifestyle. So I am a diplomat by profession. And we have been doing diplomacy. I'm August and I'm a family hierarch. If I want to consolidate my territories, there's not a bad way to go. I'm Herculean strength. I'm also irritable and a drunkard, and scarred. I'm a foot hasteluder, so I was a squire for some time, I suspect. And I did get remarried. to a zealot who is not amazing. Did I set my army to march? I did not. You should. Oh, you can sail. Wow, we can sail a long way. Gotta love seeing Viking longships in China. Learning from the best, two of my agents, Itabar Asulup. Oh, I need to check my council as well. And Thudmundur seem to have found common cause in our plan beyond the basic goal. Cool. What are we doing? So Magnus is still in charge there. We have powerful vassals in these two positions. Arnbjorn is a better commander than Toasty. And you are just useless. You're also in poor health, so I don't think you're going to last that much longer. I am diplomatic, so how about I start swaying you? And playing to my strengths. Right, I still need to choose my lifestyle. The only other one I'd be tempted to do would be Marshall. But I think for the moment I will accept diplomacy. For the foreign affairs focus, so I can just double down on what I'm already good at. Where's this army? Oh, that's the end of the war. Let's head home. Legend promoter joins. Okay, so the legend is not over yet. And now that we're no longer at war, we might be able to get other people to join it. And I am a diplomat. Yeah, I didn't think you would. I need to work on mandatory. This is something I've never done. I've never thought to actually check relations with other people. The problem is the pilgrimage sites are over here. It's a long way away. And our realm would be left to a regent for a long time. I'm also really stressed out. Ah, we can put up the court artifacts. Okay, so we put all the furs up, so that should help us gain prestige and the like. The legend is costing me almost 5 ducats. Right, I should now be able to get rid of you two. Is a de jure vassal. Except, no, you're not. These chances might be low. But at 19%, it should be that for every 5 that I ask, 1 should say yes. And some are even more likely. I think that these are a lot of our former neighbours. Okay, that's going to be all of them. We do still have an army raised, which we'll go ahead and disband. That was the army I was actually leading. So we're still losing 16 ducats a month, but that's going to be primarily because of how many of these armies we currently have. We could maintain up to 4 provinces. Unfortunately, each of these went to family members. We will lose opinion if we do this. That is one of the smaller, less useful provinces. I think this one is probably the one that we really want to take. I can't because you're not one of my vassals. Ah. Toasty is a brother. I don't think that there's much I can do about this right now. So I don't think it's going to be so much about taking land off of them. It's going to be expanding elsewhere and taking land down there. How are we doing on the fascination? Because the faster we get this, the better. 47 years. We're going to be 101. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. Unless we speed up the fascination somehow. Which is learning? Development helps too. But our realm is just going to split really horribly every time that there is a succession until we get that fixed. We're using all of that stuff. Is any of this going to break? Yeah, the boar tusk is. I don't really think that's worth 375. Need to do this. That is actually a lot of legend promoters who joined. Okay. So there is still some teeth to this thing. But this is why I really want to get rid of these territories, because this doesn't do me any favours. Although we actually own a lot of territory over on this side now. But I can sail over there, so it's not the end of the world that these steppe areas remain under our jurisdiction. Crackers first enrobing. As I patiently await the fetching of my clothes, a servant stutters, "Your Highness, no one can find your garments. I'm surrounded by incompetence," I mutter, storming from my chamber. I don't have time for this. Cracker's my daughter, though. She's only 8. She's quick. But I should go and beat someone up to release some of the stress, I think. I'm going to insult a random vassal. You, Countess Seelan, were born a sow! Or did that develop later in life? Lose 41 stress. I'm still not under the threshold. Princess Glurd has created the Viking Baihalin. Okay. What if I go for on a drinking binge as well? Cheers. I feel better already. Okay, so I'm now under the threshold. No longer overwhelmed. I have not held a coronation, and coronations can be a good way of losing some stress as well. So I should probably do that too. We're going to hold this in Mordechwan. This is going to be exalting the crown. We'll do this as a lavish banquet. It'll cost me 200 ducats. Messages and servants have been sent out from Mordechwan for the coronation. Only as the last invitation goes out and the court begins preparations does it dawn on me. I'm finally to be crowned king of the Shiwei. And step phase is going to end soon, not that that affects us. Mun Aji wants to make a weapon. With 5 learning. Pass. Really do wish you could just get a list. Okay, so how did the steppes turn out? So the eastern steppe has the white zerd, severe drought, white zerd. Oh, this is a bad time in the steppes. I didn't have the time to create this last... Oh, I could only do it as a nomad. Why? Oh, because you yourself are nomadic. I'm not a nomad, am I mean, I'm probably... Yeah, I will accept this. I was going to say, I'm probably a really good suzerain to have. Because I don't want their herds. Their herds can keep growing. Wife was pregnant, so you are... You have 4 titles? Oh, 3 already. Well, 2. Hale, quick and strong. Bothilda would be pretty good, and all of her kids are the right family too. Okay. I think the succession will be a bit better this time around. Oh yeah, I could do a funeral for the Herald as well. Guests have come from far and near out of loyalty or curiosity. The crowd swells with faces marked by expectation, calculation, and in some cases the faintest warmth. Kanum Mangutai of the Iber-Kids has been shouting at Queen Ilva for a while now. And I tell you, there are none more vile than Wang Sakata Jiang of Sakata. Wang Sakata Jiang's War of Independence ended in my defeat, only because he sold his sons and the future of Sakata Zhen to the Mara. But I have a plan. I just need a proper sword, an ally or 2 or 3, and I will bring vengeance. And who is this? Well, he's a treacherous villain, so I already don't like him. Clan Realm. He's a duke. Stresses the queen out though if I let them talk. She's pregnant, so I should probably not do that. Oh, I can do this with no downside and I become a silver-tongued peacemaker. Oh, that's definitely the better option. A moment, if you please. Europa Nissenrus greets me, bowing obsequiously. He puffs his chest as a gavel grouse interrupts him by dancing between his feet. What is it with the birds dancing between people's feet in coronations? I offer you my unyielding loyalty and support. If it's increasing the magnificence, sure. Finally, King Boy! Prince Tavtugin bends an over-exaggerated bow. A subtle smirk on his face indicates... makes me doubt his honest intentions. What a farce! All know it. A king surrounded by enemies, a king scorned by guests. I spit on your rule. You are my vassal. You are the vassal that I would kind of like to get rid of. Silence, cur! Excuse me, my boldness. Kanamandukukai bows so low that it looks like she's going to break in two. I see a fisherman crouched down to sort his bait. We ask for an understanding between our peoples. May our support for you in the beginning of your reign be remembered. So you're in charge of the Abai kids. You're the blast of the Mongols. I have no reason to go against the Mongols at the moment. The flames of the fireplace dance on what looks like a round dance. The door to my chambers opens abruptly and I hear a familiar voice calling my name. Dear husband, Ilva's voice is soft and calm. I know the day is near where you will look at your reflection in the cold metal and wonder if you're doing the right thing. Let it be known that it will be screamed from every corner of the keep that I shall stand by your side. I become the owner of the Steppe Norse brooch, which is quite nice. Ilva becomes my soulmate and I gain a bunch of stress. Thank you. Good king. I turn around to find Countess Ingadir standing next to a nervous woman. You know I cherish you and would bring great joy to help you. Here I offer the first and best woman, Sig, my well-accomplished marshal. She's not bad. She's welcome at the court. The occasion, while stately and proper, feels incomplete. Is this just some rote gathering, some casual feast, or is this a moment of great political action for historic change? My court musician, Itar, whispers in my ear. Rulers are not made by great words, but deeds. Deeds! Deeds that shake the kingdom to its foundations. Let the skies themselves join in the celebration, as we bribe the living daylights out of everyone. While preparing for the coronation, a worried-looking servant announces Prince Tatugin and Jarl Ursa a moment before they barge into the room. Through some error, they've been promised the vaulted role of holding the regalia during the ceremony. Well, it's definitely not going to him, so congratulations. Why have you become an adventurer? Half-brother. You're a Steppe Viking. And he is now leading the Steppe Viking band. In the shadow of Mordefwen, the vipers slither about. Amidst the servants and the courtiers preparing the coronation, Princess Ursa whispers to a circle of recently arrived guests. They quiet immediately when I approach before Ursa bows deeply. My brother, I apologize. We were just speaking of matters of a personal nature. Uh-huh. She was planning a lovely gift. Oh, isn't that nice? My preparations are complete. The great ceremonial assembly now waits in Mordefwen's temple. To cheers and exultation, my procession parts the town's thronging crowd. My finest champions ride before me, my household behind. Peasants team forth for a glimpse of the soon-to-be king. Atop their parents' shoulders, amidst the multitude, the Steppe Norse children grin. And I am the very image of a great king, because I am August. I mean, that makes sense. Impressed by the stately coronation for 10 years. See what it does. Oh, there we go. Port level +1, garrison size +25, fertility consumption down, popular opinion. Very cool. Past the castle gates, my royal procession wends its way to the holy altar and waiting officiants. The nobility part for the coming forth of the elders, their voices raised in one sacred prayer. Now, the right of the Hofguard I petition. I am an uncertain figure to these clerics, and they deliver their customary faithful request with true interest. I will say the words. The vassals of Shiwei come forth to give their allegiance, one after the other rising open-palmed hands, one after the other bending to give kisses of fealty. But my vassals neglect the gestures of respect. Someone hisses, "Boy, the depraved shit," and disturbs the proper words. Toasty Reffel's son glares poison into my eyes during his oath-giving. Prince Tugin dares to bear a weapon in my presence and hardly whispers. Behold, traitors, your king's might! Duel to the death. My prowess is 48, his is 6. For a few brief moments, Prince Takuvin and I pace in lazy half circles. He's watching for an opening. I lift my Princess Ossa's mace, ready to defend myself, while he clutches his axe firmly to hand. Only one of us is walking away from here today, and I intend for it to be me. With a sudden twitch, our bout begins. Tatugin tries hesitantly to launch a rapid thump at me, but the blow is easily swatted away. I'll show you how I lift a mace. My mace flows around Tatugin like water, each strike chaining fluidly into the next, a series of perfectly timed attacks. Spotting an opportunity, Tatugin lunges forwards and headbutts me hard in the face. I reel backwards, wrong-footed. My form is good, with only small errors, and his stance is a disaster. My opponent's guard is fierce, and I feel far from victory. Better men than you have died trying to break my guard. My mace is a better protector than any shield, parrying and countering and guarding against Tatugin's every move. Whenever he moves his axe, my mace is there, waiting, well aware that he is utterly outmatched. Tatugin hurls himself at me bodily, forcing me backwards with all the desperation of the doomed. My form is good with only small errors, and his stance is failing. Confident attack. Confidence is half of any fight, and I throw out fluidly rapid thumps with all the confidence of a seasoned expert. When I judge the time to be right, I switch my pattern with a surprise sideswipe that takes Tatugan right in the belly. The strike hurls my foe backwards, something red and vital sliding limply out of the new hold as he topples to the ground. Wow, we cut him open with a mace. Herculean strength. I approach with some caution, but soon becomes clear the shock is settling in. Taking a moment to kick away his axe just in case, I prepare to put him out of his misery. Goodbye. I lose 133 stress. Man, I should beat people up more often. The senior figures amongst Mordequen's peasants are the next to shuffle forwards, givers of the common assent. Of my great power and authority, the Hofguard warn these stooped elders and asks if they will accept me as the rightful king. May those here never forget this day. With slow, grim steps, I approach my waiting throne. It is no small thing to become king. I step forth alone. For the supreme right, bedecked in my inaugural regalia, the prayers on the lips mingle with the swelling chants. Together, my subjects and I pray, Thor, preserve the kingdom unto Valhalla, always, now and forever. On to the ages of ages, bless, O Sif, the strength of the king. Lords, champions, peasants, bow low. I take my sacred seat, the place of my power. Hail, boy! All cry out, by the will of Odin, our king. With the rights of the kings enthroning complete, the most senior of my royal consorts is now to be properly instated as the queen. My wife conducts the rituals of a characteristic excitement. Our lowly breeding is betrayed somewhat when Ilva fumbles with the more pure vows of fealty to Sif. Before long, and with great ceremony, Ilva's crown is laid upon her head for the first time. Shiwei acclaims their queen. The assembly watch me, some with hope, some with doubt, all waiting for me to speak of my reign and swear to the future. I can hear the questions they do not speak. Will I be just? Will I be fair? Will I measure up to my father? I do not stand here as king to echo their expectations. I've come close to choosing my own path and a way forwards for the kingdom. Whatever Shiwei becomes, whatever I become, begins with this very moment. So we can consolidate, which ain't going to happen. We can ensure peace, so we don't fight anyone for 5 years, within the next 50. We can purge the pretenders. No. Install claimants. No. Expand. We would need to expand by another 8. Which we could do, because we do intend to go into Korea. We'd have 20 years to do that. Shape the realm. Which we can't do because we don't have the tech to build anything else. Or we can try to become a great hunter. Or I can just swear nothing. I'm thinking peace. Give us a chance to build up, consolidate. That's not how I become stronger. I become stronger by expanding. You just publicly executed a man, then you want to say you're going to build up the peace of the realm. Yeah. One man is a murder. Taking a realm, that's statehood. And Last Grew, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. So I'd need to take 8 provinces in 20 years. Oh. These guys are the ones I just made an alliance with. No, I made an alliance with them. I love the fact that they're still an empire. No, wait, they're a kingdom. They're not an empire. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to be expanding this way. I want to go down into Bejakia in order to start getting the Jurchen. Which requires us to push further south into this. Although the Yong territories I don't think are ever going to get. Not unless they themselves collapse. Bloody hell. How long has he been the ruler? Don't know. Expand the realm seems flavorful. Yeah, I mean, ultimately what I want to do is push south and then reform, not reform, hybridize with Jurchen. So then Steppe North is going to be all of these guys. We'll be the Jurchens over here. We do still have a pretty solid military to fight these guys with. Yeah, they have siege towers. And I basically need to keep expanding while I have the money to maintain my military. Because after a point I will need to drop it. So I think I'm going to say expand. The ceremony is complete. Each and every royal honour has been bestowed upon me. I rise once more not to promise and command, but to offer sumptuous pleasures. Let the tables be filled, let the cups be raised, and let this hall remember joy as well as duty. The assembly, famished from their long vigil over the elaborate rites, rumbles with approval. For now, at least, everyone has something in front of them, other than me. That, no stress. My wife, Queen Ilva, nods energetically as she scoots over to me. My perceptive husband, such times we have shared, such memories. As always, it's a joyful day when I'm blessed by your company. Ah yes, Countess Ingerda enthusiastically interjects. People tell the tale of your past. When Ilva realised that boy was the soulmate, that was, like, yesterday. I could also get a friendship with Ilva, not just being soulmates. Sure. With practice ceremony, the impressive Utarpa of Menas presents himself to me bearing a jewel-encrusted coffer. Your Grace, accept this token of goodwill from my sir. May it symbolise a lasting bond between your people and mine. Of Ainu. I have no interest in going over there. Thorfir has created the Viking Jiahun Tao. I think we're getting a little bit more oriental. What started as an ordinary feast became an exceptional one thanks to the presence of Pexon. We spoke all evening about all manner of subjects, and as things would have it, we seemed to have a lot in common. I had a good time. I am a proper king now. My coronation proved worthy of my rank, a fine spectacle for the guests, many of whom still linger in the hopes of a few final words. I stray true to my belief that the glory of the crown is all. The trials I've faced in this place, the petty infighting, passing troubles, but Shiwei shall persist. I've imparted this great belief unto my guests, and their faith in the realm has grown. Well, to what end this exaltation? My artifacts get improved. My counties get improved. That is quite a lot of development. We get more fort stuff. I think at this point I'm going to go for the development. 2 of them. That was the worst outcome. And thus my reign begins. And Mordechwan gained 2 levels of development, which is really good. So what is the development here now? 11. 11! 11! Compared to... Oh, actually... Oh wow, 14. 6, 5, no, 7, 9, 4, 14, which we saw earlier, 19, 23. Yeah, we're in quite a poor area. But we're doing our best. Well, I guess we could probably have more development growth if we were actually focusing on dev. Yeah, this would be another 2.2 a month. Should probably go through and try to get people to actually convert. I'm just noticing how many of them are not of our faith. There's loads. How can I say? Chance. We can get some of these lower rank people to convert. We can get one of these lower rank people to convert. I think I just need to build up relations more. What are you doing? Let's make you do domestic affairs so we can improve relations with actual vassals. Yeah, that's better. And do we still have a truce with you? No. Let's get it going then. Raise the army. This time I can lead. Take a second. See wisdom of your faith, but I hope you understand what a long winding path it is for me. So you get a weak hook on me. Maybe we'll accept that. It's only a weak one, not a strong one. Okay, so we are fighting for these bits. So let's head on down there. Oh, that's going to cost me a lot of money embarkation. You know what? Let's just walk. Not that far. Yeah. Well, she used her favour straight away. They've raised Holy Order. I mean, we could do that too, because I do still control that Holy Order, except they're in use at the moment. Oh no, they're not. Oh, because I personally did not found it, and now it does cost... I think I'll hold that until I really need it. That's a diplomacy perk. I think what I might do is start going down the diplomatic path. Because I've already gained the useful ones from over there. My son, Friedeker. Speaking of which, is this still spreading? Yes, I think it is. Oh, you have a bunch of armies over there. That's actually totally fine. Alright, question. Do you have the mangonels? You do! Good. Let's go with these levies. And then this army is my main sieging army. Do we still have a sieging guy? We lost him somewhere. That's irritating. Give it to you. Hopefully this means that we'll be able to actually maintain our supply. That's fine. You are sailing over to me. We'll see where you choose to disembark, and I'll go and counter you with this army, basically. And let the besiegers continue doing their thing. Oh, they're leaving. Where are they going, damn it? Ah! They're disembarking, that's where they're going. Rather, they have now disembarked. They're going back to sea? Yes, they are. If they want to spend a bunch of money just sailing around all over the place, they are more than welcome to do that. As long as I keep an eye on where they're actually landing, because they do seem to have quite a few troops. But I'm the one who's actually attacking and taking the war goals, so... I'm just keeping an eye, because if the bag gets the little downward arrow, that means that you're losing too many supplies. We have a lot of people trying to raise up against us. We need to be wary of them. That's fine. Nothing in immediate danger. I don't know why their army is establishing themselves over on that side, rather than going for the actual war goals. So, they're able to talk again. War Tusk is degrading, but we kind of expected that. Oh, here they come again. Still sailing. Disembarking. They're actually going to catch me. Shit. My son! Raggy! Alright, so we have 9k. They have 7k, but they're really far away. You've also still got the naval penalty. So I think what I'm going to do is just straight up attack you. Shoot, you still have another army. Let's move you over that way. And of course you're my best general. So let's put me in charge of this, and you in charge of this. Oh, you're a tactician, which means you move faster. Nice. Which means we should be able to divide and conquer. Oh, you're attacking me? Hell yeah. And you're locked in. Sucks to be you. You're locked in there as well. I'll join you. A blazing series of victories. Man, we annihilated them there. They lost 5,000, we lost 100. Again, it's the horse archers and the horde riders who are doing the best. The nomad lancers always perform pretty well. Oh, that's because we do have almost 900 of them. Fair enough. 3,000 for 19. $4,000 for 42. Oh, House Guard did better this time around. And then this is the battle we lost, which was unfortunately a stack wipe, losing all of my mangonels. We are raising new ones, however. Oops. Airsail's left prison. Oh, we're at 100. Well, in that case, let's enforce those demands. And you lot can head home. And there we are. Job's done. Oh, but I didn't take these. That's fine. This does count as an act of tyranny. Alright, well, this has, for the first time, given us access to Jurchen. With that, we are going to start the extremely slow process of promoting cultural acceptance with Jurchen. We're currently at 2%. It's rising by 0.9 a year. And it is quicker because they're malleable. But still, that's going to be 19 years before we get Jurchen fully integrated. And by conquering more of them, we'll have more intermingling. Is there not a setting that just lets me automatically rent some people who are worth money? That was more than one person. Who are you? Oh no, it was more than one person. You are actually quite good at fighting. You're Herculean. You're only 24. Well, how about you join us? And you, fighting 10, you're a zealot though. Ah, she will accept money. And then Cho is possessed. But does not want to be ransomed. So I'm just going to negotiate your release, because you are not a zealot. I'll just demand your conversion. You can go back. That'll do. So that should have been an expansion of 5. Yes, I just need 5 more. So 1 more war against Bike Bay. We should get that. So I've noticed 1185. Are the Mongols going to spawn in about 15 years for exactly where you are? No. So, funny story, but where I am now used to be Mongol territory. Things happened, and now they're not here anymore. Oops. This is the last remnant. Oh, they're also true now. Of the Mongols. His tiny little province. This used to be the Mongol leading dynasty. So, I'm not too worried about the Mongols. I've already beaten them up pretty dramatically. It does look like they're making another attempt over here, and there are still some Mongols, but all of these guys are my Steppe Norse nomad buddies, and they're forming quite a nice barrier. I'm curious to see what they do. I'm kind of annoyed that I was not able to release my 2 vassals over here. because technically they're de jure, because this is all technically part of Shiwei. Can I show the religious map mode? Yep. That's religious. Some stuff happened with Orsatru. It just happens to be in the areas where I've previously been. I don't know how to explain it. It's weird. So, where was it that I actually spread from? It was around here somewhere. Yeah, where the Shepecs are. We were next to the Lactans. Kolunda was our capital. So it's a little disappointing that there are no Steppe Norse left here. That's all fallen to Tengri. This all used to be Orsatru. But then we literally upped and moved into where the Mongols were, and we basically just took the Mongol territories. And then we settled over here and have actually become feudal now. But we do still have a couple of nomadic tributaries, which is a big part of the reason why my army is as big as it is. Because I can still raise a bunch of nomadic units. Still not 100% sure why I can get that many. But I can. I'm still losing a lot of money. And at the moment my goal is to take over as much of Jurchen territories as I can, because I really want to hybridize Jurchen with Steppe Norse to form a new hybrid culture, which will be settled here, basically. So we have the Steppe Norse, who are the true Steppe Norse, and then we have the settled Chinese Norse over here. Chino-Russo-Norse, seeing as we're right on the border between China and Russia. I wait patiently on my throne for the arrival of Countess Ingjerdr, who is soon to be announced and ushered before me. She kneels in deference as attendants bring forth her gifts of coin and precious objects. The oath is taken and the scribes record her pledges to serve Shiwei. As I bid the Countess arise, confirming my satisfaction, Ingjerdr's right to the land she rules in my stead. She gave me 50 ducats. Dang. Exotic arms, along with the strange goods, merchants bring tall tales of distant lands and verifiable, full of wonder. A group of Yamato peddlers purport to have bought Latgalian objects. That's Lithuanian. Said to have come from the faraway lands of Lithuania. Knowledge! Yasutada, the leading trader, grins darkly. This unique weapon could be yours, for a special price, of course, great king. Well, seeing as I used to act as a mercenary in that region, how did the Japanese get it? No, I'm not going to buy that. Thanks, but no thanks. I do need to be a little bit careful with how I spend my money, seeing as I have this constant -10. Hospitality. The more I study the noble art of statecraft, the more I realise how beneficial good relations with my neighbours are. I ought to have one of them visit my court so I can show them just how good a friend I can be, but who should it be? I need to focus on appeasing my own vassals. Oh yeah, opinion +10. Thank you. The more my vassals like me, the more money they give me. Cadet Branch Gunnison. I'm getting a lot of cadet branches. When are we due to get the next legacy? Ooh, soon. And as far as I know, I am still in charge of the legacy. Yep. There are 21 cadet branches now. Well, that's a few. Which are the biggest? Durovka. Tambov, that's the Mordvinian branch. Maria of Sieland, that's the Danish branch. Cosenza, Visoki, these are both Byzantine branches. We do have a Strategos again. And then the original Viking, who are also still in the Byzantines. 16 members. But yeah, I am by far and away the most powerful. The Byzantine branch has fallen on hard times. They just keep on shrinking. Although they have taken Sicily. That's interesting. Ooh, HRE's having some problems. So is Gengir. They've lost ground to Aquitaine and Burgundy. Oh, Egypt's appeared. Well, has it started raining? It was snowing earlier. Yep. All the snow's gone already. There was actually, like, that much snow on the ground. Like, enough to cover and, like, see it as actual snow. It was kind of weird. When I got up, it was snowing. 1 degree. Tomorrow it's supposed to be 10. So what the hell is happening with the weather at the moment? I have no idea. It was like bright sunshine, 10 degrees last week. It was actually quite nice. And then went down to 1 degree today, snowed, and then it's back up to 10 tomorrow. Sweden! I can create Haiwan. I could create Haiwan, except I like the fact that these guys are direct vassals to me. Although it does tend to make vassals unhappy if they don't control the territories that they think that they're beholden to. Except these are both in my duchy, as far as I can remember, which I do control. Yeah, this is all Bowley. These 2 vassals should be yours, though. Nurgen is a part of Nivkia, so let's give that back to you. Ah, not to you. No, I want to keep you as weak as possible. You're supposed to be in Chikote, so both of those should go to you, and that I am happy to do. That's not what I wanted. Oh, vassal. Eshion, Ugahai, Irenhei, and Beihan. So you are Haishion, which is one of them. And the other one is this one, Ugahai. Which is you. Okay, so that's you done. You're also going to absolutely adore me now. And then we could create the duchy over here. I don't think I really want to do that. Mohan is, as I mentioned earlier, actually one of ours. And the Earl of Bowley and the Earl of Una. It's Una. It's going to be over here, isn't it? Yes. Ah. So Ingedur, I can give the Ealdom of Onan. It's none of them. Now that I've done that, can I get rid of you as a vassal? No, still can't. Because technically de jure. I really don't want Shiwei growing over here, though. That's what I'm struggling with a bit. I don't mind being their tributary overlords, just don't want to be their direct vassal lord. I'm a little bit annoyed that I can't give him independence. As I did for all of the other steppe vassals. I don't want this hold over them. I want this to consolidate and do their own thing. Using console commands breaks the achievements, doesn't it? I think it does. Baekje, isn't that Korean? Yes. We are just north of Korea. It's not that they've come far, it's that we have. Because yes, there is a tiny little Viking kingdom here in Shiwei, on the Russian-Chinese border. Fortunately, all of this de jure Shiwei. I guess it's fine if we're part nomad, part not. I don't really know how nomadic rulers behave under a feudal one. Doesn't seem to upset them or anything. Do I have an estate? No, because we're not Byzantine. Council position. My marshal died. I should really make one of the powerful vassals into the marshal. How good are you at marshalling? Or as good as the others? You were same level stewarding too. So we could make Asa Longshanks the marshal, and she is way better at it. Marshal is for control. So really the one that I want to have as good as possible is my steward, who unfortunately is the worst. So I think we'll make Tosti the marshal. We don't have anything that's going to reduce price. No, only have raised troops. Shield Maiden of Thor improves. You are the Shield Maiden of Thor. Okay. I'm not going to judge. Oh, that must mean that Irsa died. Oh no. My giantess is gone. Because, yeah, you think you've inherited it. No, you're a completely different group. Because you're only tier 1. What happened to my other one? Because you're still captain of the housecarls, which is expected. You're the Vanguard and the Valiant. And then how do I recreate the accolade that used to be there? Because this is creating a new one. I don't want to create a new one, I want to reinstate it. Or is this because we don't have... someone who is capable of running it? I think that might be the case. It was... Stalwart? Is there a way of seeing which accolades you actually have? Because it was the... Oh, I actually read this accolade. Maybe the accolade does change over time. Just going to go back to the saber. I haven't in fact retired that accolade. What I was hoping to do was see like a drop down of the accolades previously, but considering the age of this accolade, maybe it does just change over time depending on who the acclaimed knight is. I didn't think that was the case, but apparently. So I'm sure it wasn't a reeve previously, but then if we look at the accolade history, it's been run by a bunch of people. But only from 1174. And Irsa's not in this list. I know that she ran one of the accolades. What the hell has happened? Captain of the Huscarls is definitely one of the originals. Because this is the Vanguard Valiant. So the other one was Stalwart. So that's the army toughness. Can't see what a high level reeve will do. Doesn't show me that drop down. Well, you're very nearly level 2, so we'll be able to see a bit more detail then. Court Poets has gained an inspiration. Forge a Goblet. Skill is legendary, renowned through the world. 181 ducats. All around. As your legendary. A vassal to remember. Arso and Jarl Sigurdur are amongst the most powerful vassals in the realm. I never know how to keep them happy, so they don't go around stirring up trouble. Perhaps flattery is the way to go. Anyone would be pleased to have something made in their name, wouldn't they? I have just the right thing in the making. I should let my nephew-in-law, Aisha, know that I'm dedicating this masterpiece to a truly trustworthy vassal and advisor. So I can give it equally to both of them. I mean, both of them really like us already. I'm going to do that anyway. Max out their opinion. And I'm currently trying to sway Rusty, which is going quite well. Despite the fact that he's my rival and hates me. Interesting. Rogenwalder, the husband of my sister Glurd, has accused his wife Glurd of having an extramarital affair. Odin, I am sure, will judge them. And Tosti wants to go hunting. I don't think I will. By Buddha, man, leave me alone. The peaceful atmosphere is shattered by Aisha yelling as he storms into the courtyard. Itlar quickly follows, but stops when he sees me. My liege, please talk some sense into her. I'm trying to help him since I have some experience that may improve the work.
Huzzah!
Diplomacy. Learning. Right, just... So there's a chance of a rivalry becoming between those two. There's a chance of becoming friends with him. Whatever. You want to establish... Hang on. This I might actually want this. Onan and Wajizi. Yeah, those are all the provinces that are way over there. Take it. Lost a level of fame, but that's fine. That just got rid of all the provinces I couldn't get rid of myself. Because these are tributaries, they are not direct vassals. Yeah. Success! As long as you're also true Steppe Norse, that's fine. Do your own thing. Have fun. Enjoy yourselves. And that also means I can get rid of you two, because you're no longer vassals. Haha. Something saved me a bunch of money. Or, more likely, because High Opinion's vassal taxes have gone up. I think that's probably way more likely. Davidius coming in with a 43 Prime resub. Thank you very much for the ongoing support of Davidius. Much appreciate that. How is the legend doing? That's a good question. It has once more stopped, I think. How many... Oh yeah, no. 91. We still have 11 promoters, so it is apparently still spreading. Oh yes, it is. says it's not in range. Then what's this mean? That would suggest to me that it is in fact still spreading. It's maybe not in range for me. Then once this hits level 2, I'm going to call that good enough. I thought it was a heroic one, hang on. Was the heroic the special? Yes. New diplomacy perk. Right, defensive negotiations, vassal opinion plus 15. That would seem to be the way to go. Also, who is the Jurchen ruler? Are you actually Jurchen? No. Are any of you Jurchen? What I would like to do is find someone who can teach me this language. Low chance of success. Low chance of success. Okay, I do need them to be in diplomatic range. Okay, I think it's because my own learning is so low. Looks like Kim Ji-won is going to be the most likely to teach me. Although that's not expected to be easy. How old are you? 36. I wonder if anyone in my court is church. I doubt it. Oh, actually yes. My scold. Teach me a language. Sweet. Because that's also going to increase acceptance. A matter of life and death, the recent argument between two of my champions, Bjorg and Seljuk, has escalated dramatically. Apparently Bjorg skewered Seljuk's dog by accident as they hunted a fox together, and Seljuk refuses to let Bjorg simply pay for a new one. Now both of my champions have openly challenged each other to a holmgang. The duel is sure to be dramatic, but as sworn members of my household, they need my permission to go ahead with the fight. So I can say no. I can bet on Björk. This is only to wounding. This could form a rivalry with Seljuk. No, this is between you two. This does not actually do me. It's just going to make you like me less. I mean, I do like money. I am incredibly diplomatic. Yeah, she won. Do I have courtiers for everything, by the way? I do not currently have an antiquarian. I don't have a master of the hunt either. So I should probably... Yeah, I should start... Wait, they're not even bodyguards. I really wish you could recruit for better positions. I would happily pay for that. Well, seeing as you two are actually supposed to be my bodyguards. Kulan would make an excellent executioner. I don't really do that type of thing though. I do have some decent architects. Costs me extra money though. Seneschal I definitely should have. An antiquarian I really should have as well, because it will reduce the speed that things decay at. It does cost me some more money. Speaking of which, how are these looking? This one I might have repaired. That one's not terrible. I'm not actually using the Lacton ring at the moment. Yeah, it's just the boar tusk, but I'm not spending 300 odd ducats to repair that. That very much seems not worthwhile. Faltering heart already. 58. Yeah, the Marchers of Morsatrue just gained another barony. Not a city, a barony. I still kind of want them to get some horse archers. I think that would just be appropriate, considering where they are. Inspiration, highest quality. Highness, look at that metal! I have never seen such fine quality before. My nephew-in-law, Aisha, breaks away from the market procession to accost the merchant selling the coveted item, ecstatic over his find. With this, my projects would reach new heights. I could create something truly marvellous. Please, my king, bestow this gift upon me. Another 90 ducats, but it will be of higher quality. Yeah, the Cataphract Archers and the Nomad Lancers are really quite expensive. It's fine. It's because they're really far away from me. Friedike's first steps. I hear a commotion from my son Friedike's chambers. Hastening inside, I see the wet nurse Dokus is playing with Friedike. Highness, perfect timing! He just took his first step. Cool, but what else can he do? Over here, my lord, my nephew-in-law Aisha waves me over with a wide grin. I've toiled many days and nights, and finally my work here is done. He presents me with an object wrapped in cloth, and as I lift the fabric, my eyes grow wide. A ceremonial goblet of masterful craftsmanship. It is made with brass, with ruby inserts. Lovely. Oh, it's probably... yeah, display item. Wait, are you working on two things at once? I think you are. Well, first of all... ooh, illustrious. Dynasty opinion. There are quite a few people in my dynasty who are vassals. Right, any more. What traits does my daughter have? Chaste, diligent, and fickle. You still have 4 kids despite being chaste. Not very chaste then, are you? Yeah, that's fine. Dancing Plague. I've forgotten already what the... Level 1 seriousness. Although it seems definitely in the direction of coming towards us. So how about we isolate the capital. And I'll also enter seclusion. It's spreading. It is spreading really freaking fast. Because we don't know what a hospital is. No fatalities though. Nope, 3 facilities. Bearing in mind that is just named characters, not literally 3 people. My daughter! Sweet. So my castle is here. I'm just seeing if this is affecting development. Not there, but that's because we don't have it yet. I'm sure that here development is going down. Oh yeah. Councillor Irsa died. Homage, taking the knee. Princess Asa. They gained a hook on her. Well then, let's modify your vassal contract, shall we? And say that you now owe me high... I do more than one thing at a time? Good. Cannot demand more than one tyrannical change. Oh, I need to use the hook. Thank you. You did indeed put yourself in my debt. Use a hook to modify a feudal contract. The spy master died. I have someone who's an excellent spy master, though. What is your trait? Cowardly lackey, and you have a plus 100 opinion of me. Welcome to the team. Lines about legacy. The latest work of my steward, Jarl Sigurdur, has become the rage of the court of late. The piece deals with memory and what we leave behind, and Sigurdur has publicly dedicated it to me. Time of memory. The mightiest men must leave this earth, and hope of good words there is no dearth. But when their final hour nears, the name lives on the lips of peers. So far I've kept my thoughts to myself, but the buzz has grown too dramatic to ignore for much longer. It's very heartfelt. Could hold court, could emerge from seclusion, but the thing is still ongoing. So pass. Another level of devotion. Lovely. I'm now a devoted servant on the way to Paragon of Virtue. It is burning itself out. So we'll wait until it's gone and we'll open everything up again. Meanwhile, Legacy. Alright, so Heroic Bloodline. We are actively working on the Bloodline right now and have been for some time, so this would seem to make sense. When the owner of a legend dies, the family can continue it with no damage to its quality. Ah, okay. So as long as we don't hit the complete button, we can just carry it on later. As long as the AI doesn't complete it either. I guess that's always going to be a threat. Unlocks access to the legendary watchtower upon completing the legend. Is this going to depend on the level of the legend? Doesn't look like it. +4 fort level. Legitimacy. Control growth, popular opinion. We have been doing a bit more with legitimacy. We're making sure we get coronations and all that thing. Adventure, not really. Customs. We are trying to get the new culture, so possibly. Activities, not really. Warfare, we've already maxed out. Law, not really. Guile, definitely not. Blood, not really. Erudition. Not really. Glory. Not really. Kin. Not really. So yeah, I think it's going to be one of these top level options. So let's go ahead and create a poll. Which? So I think Living Legends is definitely one of the options. Rightful Rulers is an option. Language Scholar. Glory could be actually. We are doing a fair bit with vassals. Although I wouldn't say it's a cornerstone. No, I don't think it really is yet. We haven't really settled into regular kingship. So I think Living Legends, Rightful Rulers, or Language Scholars. Those are your choices. So get your votes in. Vote, vote, vote. And if you are currently watching on the Uptops, you can find the poll there. It's on Twitch. So get your votes in. Vote, 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 vote. This is turning out to be quite a close one. Every vote is going to count here. So make sure you get them in. Couple of seconds left to go. Could still go either way. Okay, the votes are in. In last place, we actually have language scholars. So people seemingly not very impressed by the efforts we are making to spread our culture throughout the world. Living Legends did, after being neck and neck for the majority of this, come in second place with 38% of the votes, leaving the rightful rulers ultimately in first place. Kush contributed 5,000 channel points. Thank you very much for that, Kush. And yes, without those additional incentives, shall we say, rightful rulers would not have won. So it seems to be the rightful victor to me. Oh yeah, are we still able to host the funeral? Not really. Should really have done that basically as soon as the previous king passed away. I need to remember to do that. Could be more and more important in the future. Meanwhile, the disease continues to burn itself out. I think I may open the capital again once this one's completely faded. May as well just wait for it all to disappear. Friedeke is first heaving. With my leave, my son Friedeke and his wet nurse parade into my chamber. Dokuz poses like a herald and proclaims, "Highness, you witness a monumental occasion. Friedeke has a mighty gift to offer you." Go ahead, Friedeke, tell him. Father, I lost my tooth. My son proudly presents his toothless smile, handing me a pouch with a fallen tooth inside. Lovely. Ready order has been fired. Another cadet branch has been formed. Disease is only there and it's gone. Learn language failure? No. Try again. Oh, what? That would be critical? Can I try again? No. Oh, just until August. That's fine. Better than having a critical stress break. Just need to take a break, step away from it for a bit, and then try again. Right, we can end the isolation, emerge from seclusion. Make more of when the Toujours capital is Shiwei. You mean it's not already? Oh. Current Toujours capital Shiwei, Huang Tuguo is not part of the realm. Is this why I can't build the bloody duchy buildings here? It was! Aha! But I don't have the right stuff to build any of this stuff. Need more technologies. Stone forts. Well, we get manorialism in 25 years. Ah, there's stone forts. 300 years. Alright, fine. So you need a lot more of the early medieval stuff to do that. Also, the de facto capital was where? Huantuo. Oh, it's way over here. Does it need to be owned or just occupied? Part of Rome. It's here, right? Yes. I was hoping I'd be able to make you tributary. But no. Alright, carry on. Meanwhile, how is the legend going? Doesn't seem to be spreading very much. It's at 92, so no, it is actually spreading. Just extremely slowly. Blood on the snow. It comes from nowhere, hitting me clean in the temple. I didn't even see the projectile coming, much less dodge. And for a moment I stagger, blinded. A sharp peal of giggles rings out behind me and I whirl. Cracker rises from a hiding spot, and then another snowball already clutched in a vicious little hand. Good shot. Now come here! Snow fight! $23 months. So 1190 we'll be able to have another fight against them. You are still a tributary. Can I just cancel your tributary status? And there we go. We have one tributary left in this area. No tributaries left in that area. So now it's up to you to keep fighting for yourselves instead of relying on me. Why are you still our colour? Oh, because you are the head of one of the other nomadic families. Yeah, you are in charge now of the Viking Steppenors. Okay. But you're no longer part of Shiwei, so we've done that. We're still getting some tributary money. From you? No. Bothilda, Budler's daughter, and Bodil. Oh, there may be chieftesses. That's all of them, so we have no tributaries left. So the Steppe North are now entirely on their own to do whatever it is they want to do. Good. It did lose us a bit of money, but that's fine. I wanted them to have the freedom so that they could, you know, push further west. Although so far they've been terrible at doing that. I can transfer you. Ah, yeah. Wait, is that Nivka? No, it's Sholin. Which is you. Yeah, I don't want to give you that extra power, so pass. We're down to just 3 factions, although 2 of them are quite strong. One to install Princess Ingfrida onto my throne. And then one who wants liberty to reduce the crown authority. I mean, I'm actually a little bit surprised we've not had more problems with this. Because we somehow started with maximum crown authority, even though we can't actually get that through tech. That's giving us 35% more tax income, so I'm going to kind of keep that. I need that money. Oh, legend promoters are leaving. That was these guys. Yeah. Braggy's first words. Hurry, my liege, you have to hear this. The wet nurse Dokuz rushes me to my son's chamber. Dokuz points at Braggy in excitement, so I lean towards him and listen. Dear. How delightful. What else can he say? Shield Maiden of Thor improves. Gaining experience as a Reeve. But enough that your accolade has leveled up yet? No. Loyalty or fear? As your king, my vassals owe me their allegiance. My word is law, but how much is obedience without devotion worth? In times of crisis, a slow response or a half-hearted effort can lead to disaster. Can I afford such risk? What is my... Right, 35. And that's what it settles down at. Fear is more effective. Ooh, diplomacy. Fear is more effective. Oh, but diplomacy. Max learn language schemes +1. Foreign affairs effectiveness +25. Using foreign affairs. This reduces the length of learning languages. Speaking of which, can I now learn your language again, please? And also convert. Thank you. Right, now that lots more people like me in the realm, let's go through this list. My realm. Rulers that are landed. That are not also true. Waiting for them to have higher. You get a weak hook. Rosholin approaches me with a false smile. I would appreciate if we could renegotiate my contract. Any improvement would, of course, be met with enthusiasm from my treasury on my lands. You would give me Amundsen. Which again reduces your overall power. Yeah. Sure. More direct holdings for me. I'll take it. It'll piss you off that you don't control it, but quite frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. And we're down to just minus 7.7. What's the vassal development? Treasury sent 2 direct vassals through their liege based on their tax contributions and other obligations. Oh, I think this is money that I should be collecting, but I'm not. Because of how low their opinion is. Court position, yes. Court Chronicler's costing me 3.9? What? Oh, because you're doing the legend. Yeah, but that's within our territory, so let's not do that anymore. Oh my gosh. My money's just come back. I'm just down to 3.7 now. Wonderful tale of the conquest of Orb continues to spread. More and more folk from all strata of society have begun to weave their own perspective to its rich tapestry, so says Aisha at least. Lord and lady alike are certain such a tale sets out their undeniable right to rule, he muses. But if you wander into a local tavern, it'd be rife with those who say it's dedicated to the common smokefolk in the land and their honest, industrious ways. Clearly it's a tale about Reffel and nothing else. And also it should be right on the verge of being upgradable. So making it cheaper is nice. 98. We are 2 baronies short of upgrading this thing. $99. I do believe it is spreading down here. And here. And here. Yeah, I think anywhere... Ah, here we go. I wish I could see what the writing history thing was. Really don't understand how these legends spread. like what the different levels of hashing means. Because the whole thing just says not in range. Rasholin taking the knee. Oh, and he's paying me money. I do like money. Grandeur level 6? Really? Really? Oh, because I think he just paid me in grandeur, effectively. It is decreasing, but will stop just around 6. Do have inspirations. I don't really want your book inspirations, though. Come on. Come on. So close. I want to see what exactly it means not in range to adopt. CK3, not in range to spread legend. If the target speaks a different language, the spread chance drops to near 0. Use Learn Language for increased court grandeur to encourage adoption of your language. Change promotion targets. Set your court chronicler, poet, or musician to specifically promote the legend abroad rather than just inside the realm. Okay, that's a different thing. Actively use spread legend interaction, neighbouring foreign rulers. Yes, I've been doing that. Not in range to spread a legend means the target county is too far from the current legend-controlled counties or separated by language or cultural barriers. To fix this, increase cultural acceptance target is 20 or more. So there's a cultural thing, so this is only really spreading to Steppe Nomad. This whole thing is Steppe Norse, so it should be spreading across here. And these guys like me well enough. Already spreading. So it's not being blocked because it can get through you. Already spreading. Aha! Upgrade! Increase the legitimacy level to ordained. 50% chance of gaining access to a legendary statue option. Now it costs double to maintain, which is the downside, but it is now an illustrious legend. And then to upgrade it again, we need to be in 300 baronies. Okay, for a minute I thought that was 400, so we basically just need to triple the size of it now. Or we can just complete it. In the chronicles of time there blazes a saga of battle so glorious it resounds through eternity, a battle where King Refil stood as a colossus amidst the tempest of war. Upon hearing vague rumours that plagued the land, Refil set his heart to accomplish a difficult endeavour. Amidst the melee, Refil found themselves face to face with none other than the wretched enemy commander. After an almighty duel, the vile cur was smote down by Refil, blood running free down his blade as the battle swirled around them. However, that was not the end of the tale, far from... For when Refil made his way home, he helped those in danger and avenged their affronts. Bandits, beasts, and evildoers would not hide from the fury of his blade. High Chieftess Carnarvon of the Vassirian Mire and her underlings hung their heads low beneath their broken banner and begged for Refil's mercy. In the darker days of war, he could only imagine himself as a survivor, but he emerges as a winner. The only winner. So we get more diplomacy per level of fame. We also get more monthly prestige, which is nice. We're also fabled level of splendor now. So I'm not going to complete it. The extra cost hurts, but we're able to deal with that cost. And now that I have a bit of a better idea of how to make this, well, I don't. Because they are the same culture that we are. So why is it not spreading further west? And then the other thing we can do was Courtiers, Chronicler, search for legends. Domestic legend, legend abroad, here we go. Every year, one of the vassals' neighbouring rulers may make your legend their promoted legend. Higher levels of aptitude increase the chance of this occurring. Well, that doesn't cost 4 ducats, so sure. You spread that abroad too. Now, how many languages can I speak? I can speak up to 4. I've got Norse and Shaz Turkic at the moment. I'm trying to learn Jurchen. But again, this is all Steppe Norse. I guess learning Mongol would be useful. Maybe get that to spread as well. Scroll to rule bonuses are hefty. Gain grandeur. York will get a new weapon. A Viking battle axe. Meanwhile, Amgun, you have full control. Culture is Nivik, but you are gaining. You can upgrade the trade port. I see no reason not to do this. We definitely want to get this place converted. How is the conversion going that you were working on? You have in fact finished. Yeah, you have a fair bit of stuff to convert, so let's start with my new province. There goes the boar tusk. Not much I could do with that though. I couldn't turn it into something more valuable. Learn language success. After lots of hard work, I finally learned the Tunguistic language. Endless hours practicing accentuation, sleepless nights mimicking inflection, and countless lessons mastering annotation. It was all worth it in the end. Let's see if I can show off. No, I cannot. And considering how we went about learning this, that's not surprising. But now I do speak Jurchen. And cultural acceptance continues to rise. We're at 7. We need another 13. Right, then I did say that I was going to try and learn Mongol. Mongolic language. Wow, we have an acceptance of 22. We do. It's gone up quickly. Well, seeing as we settled in the Mongol territory, that's not that surprising. Also, we gained plus 10. Best way to do this was look for people who are Mongol within my realm. There are 2 of you. It will be difficult, but I'm willing to try. I was just saying not spread here as opposed to out of range. I really don't understand the legend spreading. It seems completely random. We're at 103 for some reason. Learn language, taught a lesson. Yes. Teach me more good. I've heard good things about you and I'm interested in starting a written conversation. I hope this letter finds you willing, for I am waiting for your swift reply. Sure. Who are you? Kingdom of Yukmif. Ah, right, those guys. I spy with my little eye disease. It's dying. Philosophy. What are you? You're chaste, so probably not marriage. You are quite learned, so philosophy I think is going to be a good one. At some point I should probably hold court. But that is not going to be now, because I'm getting really hungry and I want to go and get something to eat. So I think I'll call this stream here. We'll start again at 6, so in 2 hours from now we will play some more and see where we end up after having consolidated here in Shiwei. I do want to continue my efforts to go after Bakia. I do want to continue getting Jurchen. My goal at the moment is to form the new culture. Hybridized culture. And then after that, we'll see. But anyway, thanks everyone for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, be sure to hit that follow button to get notifications when I'm live again in the future. If you've really enjoyed this and you want to support the channel, then please do consider subscribing. Helps the channel out, lets me do more of this kind of content. You can, of course, check out the Patreon at patreon.com/MordredViking. One other thing... Is that next weekend? No, it's not the weekend after. Yeah. Can't talk about it yet, but in 2 weeks some cool stuff's going to happen on the channel. But that's in 2 weeks' time. So yeah, in the meantime, thanks everyone for watching. I'll be back again 6 PM this evening, where we shall continue and see where we can get to. But until then, have a good break. Grab some lunch or dinner or breakfast or whatever it is. And I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.